Dear children, we have seen that previous classes what are the internal energy and enthalpy. What do you mean by enthalpy? It is defined as the total heat content of the system. It is equal to the sum of internal energy and pressure volume work. So absolute enthalpy of a system cannot be determined, and H is a state function. State function means we know that beginning one state will be there at the middle another one state, and end another one state will be there. So enthalpy change, delta H is the enthalpy change. It is defined as heat exchanged with the surrounding at constant pressure. That is when process is carried out in open container. So we know that enthalpy change delta H, and HP is the enthalpy product, HR is the enthalpy reactants, and we have derived that equation, that is delta H is the difference between enthalpy difference of product and reactant, that is PV is equal to nRT. That formula is very very important. P delta V is equal to delta NG RT. So what is the final equation for delta H? Delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. So what is P delta V? P delta V is equal to delta N G RT. This all the one are gaseous state. So that only we are saying N G RT. So that equation you have to practice, and we know that N is the number of moles. So delta H is equal to Q minus P delta V plus P delta V. Delta H is equal to QP. Delta H is equal to QP. That is the final value. So when you see this enthalpy changes, it can be measured this delta U and delta H. Delta U is the internal energy and delta H is the heat enthalpy. We can measure energy changes associated with chemical or physical processes by an experimental technique called calorimetry. So calorimetry, we can measure the energy changes. So when we are seeing this reaction, we cannot identify that how much energy changes, how much heat is absorbed, how much heat is released, we cannot identify. That can be identified by using calorimetry. So in a calorimetry, the process is carried out in a vessel called calorimeter, which is immersed in a known volume of a liquid. So calorimeter, it is a bomb calorimeter. Why do we say it is a bomb calorimeter? Because it even it blast also it cannot do anything. So that only it is known as bomb calorimeter. So for a chemical reaction, heat absorbed at constant volume is measured in bomb calorimeter. Here steel vessel is immersed in a water bath. The whole device is called calorimeter. So by knowing the heat capacity of the liquid in which calorimeter is immersed and the heat capacity of a calorimeter, it is possible to determine the heat evolved in the process by measuring temperature change. In the liquid, the heat capacity will be there. The heat capacity can be calculated by using a calorimeter. So this is a structure for calorimeter. In your textbook it is there. Here a steel vessel is immersed in a water bath to ensure that no heat is lost to the surrounding. The steel vessel only known as bomb. The steel vessel only known as bomb. The combustible substance is burnt in pure oxygen supplied. So you have taken a calorimeter and you can keep the fuel, and oxygen is supplied under pressure in the steel bomb. Even though when it bursts also it cannot come out. So that only it is known as steel bomb. So heat evolved during the reaction is transferred to the water around the bomb and its temperature is monitored. So since the bomb calorimeter is sealed, the volume does not change and the energy changes associated with reactions are measured at constant volume. So here what happened? Constant volume. Even for reaction involving gases, there is no work done. So delta V is equal to 0. So temperature changes of the calorimeter produced by the completed reaction is converted into QV. So heat is changed into QV by using this known heat capacity of the calorimeter. So next, delta H measurement, enthalpy measurement. Measurement of the heat enthalpy. So in a combustible substance is burned. So what will be the delta V? Volume will not change because it is a closed container. So delta V will be 0. So work done will be 0. If the delta V is 0, what happened to the work done? No work done is carried out in the reactions at a constant volume. So that work done also will be a 0 for combustion reaction. You can measure the delta H. Delta H is enthalpy, change in enthalpy. Measurement of heat change at constant pressure under atmospheric pressure can be done in a calorimeter. We know that delta H is equal to QP at constant pressure, and therefore heat absorbed or evolved QP at constant pressure is called the heat of reaction or enthalpy of reaction. QP is known as heat of reaction or enthalpy of reaction. So delta RH is the enthalpy of reaction. In an exothermic reaction, heat is evolved and the system loses heat to the surrounding. Therefore, heat enthalpy QP will be negative. At QP will be negative. For exothermic reaction, what will be the QP? Heat capacity, heat will be negative, and delta RH will also be negative. So enthalpy also will be negative. For endothermic reaction, heat is absorbed. So if heat is absorbed, we know that heat is absorbed, then what will be the QP? QP is positive and delta RH will be positive. And in a calorimeter, for measuring heat changes, we can use the thermometer at constant pressure. If you see, the total amount of heat absorbed by the surrounding is equal to the product of the rise in temperature recorded by the thermometer and the heat capacity of the calorimeter assembly including water. The amount of heat evolved in the reaction, QR. What is QR? The amount of heat evolved in the reaction is equal to the sum of heat absorbed by the water. Sum of heat absorbed by the water. Q water, and the heat absorbed by the calorimetry, Q cal. So QR, what is QR? Amount of heat evolved in the reaction is equal to minus Q water plus Q calorimeter. Q water plus Q calorimeter. That's the principle of calorimeter. So where Q water, heat absorbed by the water, is equal to mass of water into specific heat of water into change in temperature. Mass is M. Specific heat. What do you mean by specific heat? Actually, what do you mean by heat capacity? Heat capacity C. The letter denoted is C. Heat capacity of a sample substance is the quantity of heat needed to raise the temperature of the sample of substance by 1 degree Celsius. So suppose if you want to raise the temperature of any sample substance by 1 degree Celsius, that amount of heat energy is known as heat capacity. So heat capacity at constant volume, CV, that is heat capacity when the temperature of substance is raised to 1 degree Celsius by keeping volume constant. Next, heat capacity at constant pressure, that is CP. It is the heat capacity when the temperature of the substance is raised by 1 degree while keeping pressure constant. So there is a relation between CP and CV. What's the relation between CP and CV? CP is the heat capacity at constant pressure. CV is the heat capacity at constant volume. So Cp minus Cv is equal to R. Cp minus Cv is equal to R for an ideal gas. So what do you mean by specific heat capacity? It is the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 unit mass, that means 1 gram, 1 unit mass by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. That is known as specific heat capacity. The letter denoted Q. Q is equal to heat energy is equal to C into M into delta T. C is the specific heat capacity. Some places it will be written as S also. S or C is known as specific heat capacity. So the heat energy absorbed or released can be calculated from the formula C into M into delta T. C into M into delta T. It is given in your textbook. Bomb calorimeter is given, and how and delta U and delta V is H is measured, it is given. For endothermic reaction, for exothermic reaction, what will be the delta H value? So exothermic reaction, heat is evolved because the system loses the heat through the surrounding. Therefore, Qp will be negative. Heat absorbed, Qp is positive and delta H also positive. Qp is negative